let's talk big picture with this
Yeah.
defense. So they made it the whole thing this offseason was they needed to improve their run defense, and they addressed it with all those picks, and it made sense because they couldn't stop the run last year, and it was Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, and it's running league now and all that. Sure. But pass rush also is very, very important, and the Niners really weren't good against, like, they didn't have a good pass rush either last year. 37 sacks, tied for 23rd out of 32 teams. Really need to improve that. So we know they've added Bryce Huff, Michael Williams. I got a stat for you. I think this kind of illustrates how vanilla their pass rush was last year. So 37 sacks. Of those 37, 36 were from defensive linemen. What does that tell you?
Our pass rush is godlike.
I mean, the only one that wasn't from a defensive lineman was Fred Warner. So it's just vanilla. It's 4 guys rushing. Yeah. Where I think with Saleh, you're going to see
a lot
some
of
DBs have sacks.
Yes.
Some linebackers have sacks. And that's such a more dangerous attack than, well, here's the 4 guys we're rolling out.
Well, this is like I loved this stunt that, or not even a stunt, just like a lineup that what D'Amico used to do. And I think he got it from Saleh, where they'd put Nick on an island. Literally, it would be like the center, guard, tackle, and then it's Nick. And on the other side of them is like
3.
Fred. Yeah, Fred and 3 linemen just sitting there ready to bull rush you. So you don't know what to do and you're confused. I used to love seeing that out of Saleh.
And you feel like you need to slide away from Nick Bosa and handle all those 3 guys. And they're going to run like games and twists, and one guy might fall. Yeah. And that stuff's genius. We didn't see that in the past.
Saleh used to do that so much, dude. He always would line up like
3 by 1.
Everyone on the front. Like he'd have Dre and Fred Warner lined up in like
in the A gap.
Yep. And they'd be sitting there waiting. And sometimes they'd send him, and then sometimes they'd back off real quick.
Yep.
And it's just, I can't wait to see. I love Saleh. I'm so happy he's back. I can't wait.
And I think you can see the vision. Like, okay, we got to improve this pass rush, but we can do it, and not just through defensive line. We can do it through all 3 levels of our defense. And one thing that people may not realize about Nick Martin, the 3rd round pick, the linebacker, he didn't play much last year. He was hurt. The year before that, we all know he was among the
beast.
He was among like the college leaders in 140 tackles. He also had 6 sacks.
If he was able to come out in 2023, or if he came out in 2023, he would have been one of the highest. He would have been like a day 1, day 2 person.
And a big part of his skill set is pass rush, blitzing. And I think that's a big reason that he's on the Niners' radar, because they don't want to be so predictable. What's that?
And he's not even on PUP. He's healthy.
Like, as great as Fred Warner is, he's not the greatest blitzing linebacker.
No, he's insane at coverage,
in coverage. We'd rather have him moving backwards than forwards. So why not pair him with a inside linebacker who's actually very explosive and slippery blitzing? And I think that's the idea with Nick Martin. I don't think that's D. Winters.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons they want to move Lenore out of the slot is that he's not really a pass rusher either. So you could have someone a little bit more dangerous as a blitzer. Jason Pinnock had 3 sacks last year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Saleh defense, man. I think the Saleh defense is going to be, it's going to be something special.
It's going to be creative. It's going to be largely dependent on how good a lot of rookies are going to play right away. But I think when they get to 3rd down and we finally see like the kind of stuff he's calling compared to what Sorensen was calling, it's going to be exciting. I don't know how good the defense is going to be right away, though.
I've said I think our defense is going to be top 5.
Wow. Well, I mean, it was top 8 in yards allowed last year. They just gave up a bunch of rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, our safeties are better this year too. So
let me look up another stat. I think the Niners. Hold on. Scoring defense. Opponent red zone scoring percentage. Oh, damn. The Niners gave up touchdowns in the red zone 68% of the time last year. Only the Cowboys were worse. Damn, Nick Sorensen.
Our red zone offense was just as bad. So
yeah, but the red zone defense was maybe worse, man. Holy shit, 68%. So I think a good way to fix that is to fix the run defense. Stop letting people just run right into the end zone. That's the best way.
Our red zone game was rough on both ends last year. So hopefully we have found a fix for that this offseason.
That's true. It really was an issue for the whole
Yep, the whole team.
special teams too.
Yeah, our
Jake
special
Moody.
teams is horrible. Our we couldn't end drive like we couldn't end a drive with points. It was like it was awful because if you had to kick it,
They could
Jake
on
couldn't be
defense though.
missing
They
it.
could definitely let the other team end drive as points.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's always
Yeah.
good
So
though.
they got that going for them.
Yeah, but Salah's gonna come in top 5. We're winning Super Bowl this year.
I think it's interesting, man. You got Saleh, who could have this top 5 defense, and then you got Kyle, who's like bumbling around with Ricky Pearsall and stock up, stock down.
Your Saleh for head coach is gonna get those stocks are gonna go way up.
Well, he's interesting because it seems like he has the ability to improve and self-reflect. Now, he didn't succeed with the Jets, but no one does. He's going to need an offensive coordinator, but maybe the Niners have like an offensive structure intact. Like when Bill Walsh left the 49ers after 10 years, they just made Mike Holmgren the offensive coordinator. He'd been with the Niners under Bill Walsh. Like maybe you could keep the whole structure there and say like, Clay Kubiak stay, or maybe Kyle brings it all with him. I don't know.
One thing I'll say with Saleh is we saw his offense as a head coach in New York, and it was horrible. So
yeah, he brought Mike LaFleur with him. That was a mistake. And then after that, he just turned to like
Hackett,
Aaron Rodgers, pretty much.
So,
you can do whatever you want.
I think they're a good couple. I think Saleh needs to just be Kyle's Spagnuolo, and let's just do this forever.
What if instead of him being Kyle Spagnuolo, Kyle was his Josh McDaniels?
No. He's got to be. They're not gonna. Kyle's not gonna take a demotion.
What if mid-season? What if at halftime of week 1 they make Saleh the head coach and Kyle the offensive coordinator? Would the team be any different if Saleh were the head coach and Kyle the offensive coordinator?
By the 4th quarter, Kyle would have a head coaching job somewhere else if they did that.
Cool, and then they would choke in the 4th quarter of games.
Yeah, they would. We've seen it with the Falcons.